What, are you starting early?
No,
Oh,
this is
okay.
the intro.
All right.
Leo Vegas is burning hot, and so are the 9 Masks of 5. You'll love it when they land at Leo Vegas, king of casino.
What, are you starting early?
No, this is the intro.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I hope everybody can see us and hear us. Hi, Donna. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Laura. Hi, Patsy. Patsy says it's 80 degrees where she's living. That's nice. And Laura says, Stephen, I have to say thanks to you because you got me a refund from Amazon. I found the chat function, was able to get a refund on a missing product. So thank you. You're the bomb. Well, I'm glad it worked for you, Laura. That's the most effective way, I think, with Amazon for that. And yeah, it's better than trying to do it any other way. And Kathleen, I see you're getting ready to make dinner or started making dinner. What you having? What time? See if we can get over there. Hi, Angel. How's the price of my green peppers this week? Hi, Eddie. Hi, Suzanne. Can hear and see both of us. Good to know.
It's 9 degrees Celsius here, which is 48 degrees Fahrenheit.
Balmy. It's shorts weather.
Shorts weather.
Yeah, I can get my shorts and my sandals on. Yeah, so just adjust that. I've got a piece of the microphone hanging in there. So we're just giving everybody a chance to get in here. Hi, Jan. Both from Jan and Lynn. Hi, Lynn as well. Hi, Jeannie. Jeannie, have you got your prize from Kate? I think you mentioned. Yeah, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about Kate today because there's some things I want you to know. March Ann is here from Florida. First time to see that. Oh, well, welcome, March Ann. And, oh, Barb Olson's here. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't been able to go on yours in a while. It always seems when you're running yours, I can't join up because I'm on something else at that same time.
Taco lasagna. I've never had that.
Taco lasagna. Ooh, that sounds good. Send us the recipe. Laura says, I wrote down how I found the chat, so now I know where to go again if needed. Okay, that's good. Hop on a plane. We're having taco lasagna. Yep. I'll just get out my private jet, my Learjet, and away we'll go. Yeah.
The Angel doesn't deal in green peppers. She only deals in yellow, orange, and red.
Oh, and so far not too bad, but don't hold your breath on that. Okay. Eddie said he loved the ugly fabric video. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks, Eddie, for giving us the idea for that because, yeah, I had not, that wasn't one I had thought of. And when we started thinking about it and what we could do with it, well, you saw the result. There's actually a lot of things you could say about ugly fabric. And a lot
someone got a couple other good ideas was doing mug rugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was one that we hadn't thought of, mug rugs. I don't make a lot of mug rugs. I've made a few. They're not my thing, but Barb says, I don't have a YouTube channel. You must be thinking someone, oh, yeah, I am thinking of somebody else, Barb. Sorry. Barb, oh, what's her last name? I can't think. She does a live usually twice a month or something. And I used to go on it. She's a crafter, paper crafter. She does some really great things. But I was thinking that was, I don't know why. Senior's moment. Don't worry about it. Jeannie says she did get her prize from Kate. I'll send a picture. Yeah, that'd be great, Jeannie. I'd love to see it. Walter wins the ugly fabric contest. What? Because of what he's wearing? It's not one of your shirts, is it? No, that's not one of your shirts. No. But anyways, yeah, we've had a lot of comments this week. And actually, I want to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. But first, let's get to what's Walter working on. Well, he's been going crazy this week, making our outfits for the Ultimate Sewing Retreat that happens at the end of the month. And I do have a few pictures of the skirts now that they're done. So I'm just going to switch over to those and let you see that. Let's go. And I got to go over here and then here and then here. Here we go. And we're modeling them for you. So this should be a hoot. So there we are in our lovely skirts. They're not hemmed yet, are they?
Well, they're hemmed with steam seam. I haven't sewed them yet.
Oh, okay. So you notice that Walter put in a very wide elastic band into them around the waist to keep them up and for expansion.
They're actually pretty simple. I looked up a video on YouTube called "How to Make a Circle Skirt," and that's what I did.
Yeah, someone actually just before we went live had sent me a message via YouTube and asked that if you'd had a pattern. And I said, I thought you got it off from the internet, and it was a circle skirt, and it was a
Yeah,
freebie.
they have tons of them on the internet, and I can't remember the exact video that I saw. I could look it up, but it was very straightforward in making it, and I thought, okay, this seems to work for me. It'd be good for a costume, so, and it was easy.
And it may work for a quilt or a kilt as well. Yeah. A quilted kilt. Yeah, so there's a way to get rid of your ugly fabric too. Make yourself a skirt. And there's a couple of other pictures here. Let me just go over a little closer. I'm such a happy camper with my lovely skirt on. Now we will have crinolines underneath this, so they will be out a little bit more flowy. But they really, you spinning them, they twirl around and everything. And another one here of Walter. It's very serious in what he's wearing.
Well, I never smile. So.
No, that's true. But yeah, they're going to be fun. I am sure the ladies at the retreat are going to have a scream and a half for that. And I just did our intro thing based on that song from White Christmas, Sisters. And I sort of spliced in some pictures of us with that and everything. Best way I could with my iPad, because that's what I use to edit videos. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. Now, Walter has worked on the tops, and I just have to get back to us here. And so
I haven't done it. I'm not finished yet, but
you can show it.
Yeah, I'm not finished
No,
yet.
okay. Just a second, let me get it so we can see the screen here.
It's a fairly simple top.
There we go.
Based on a t-shirt, actually. I just made it bigger.
Okay, the camera's there. You have a problem with this.
Yeah, well, when I move this way, I expect it to do it.
Well, don't. Never make an expectation.
So, and it's got all kinds of spools of thread and everything else on it. So it makes it very popular, I think, for that.
Yeah, so it's going to work out pretty well. When we get the whole ensemble together, we'll take pictures. You'll be able to see what we've put together and everything with that. What are people saying here? Just go up to looking at the comments, and Patsy says, yes, the ugly fabric video was great. And Kathleen says, I sometimes wondered why I bought the ugly fabric. A lot of mine I got on sale that first year I started quilting. Well, actually, that's how I got a lot of it, too. Because when you first get into quilting, you buy everything, no matter what. Eddie says, no, the Christmas fabric.
The Christmas fabric I had. Remember that teal with the...
Oh, yeah. That was real ugly, yeah. And Adrian says, thanks for the video on batting. I learned a lot. Yeah, so did we as we were doing it. And Jeannie says she pieces ugly fabrics together for quilt backs sometimes. Yeah, I think we mentioned that as well. And I've done that as well because, people don't look at the back of your quilt, really. Eddie says, virtual dollar tip. Oh, giving us a tip. Oh, okay. Get it. Walter, you look so happy. Not.
That's normally how I look.
That's his normal
My
look.
mother always used to call me Mr. Excitement.
Yeah.
Because I've always really been serious looking. Actually, it's really good in stores because I scare little kids away.
Scares a lot of people away, actually. It's not just little kids. Yeah, people back right down. Laura loves the colorfulness of the skirts. Yeah, that's just all scrap fabric, just all randomly sewn together. And Walter, you did a great job on the skirts. Skirts are very nice. What about tops? Well, we just showed you the top there. So, yep. And we have accessories. You've seen the fascinators. And we'll probably have a rankish little scarf around our neck. I don't know if we'll wear beads or not. We've got some of that. And we do have wigs. And we do have some other things that'll do them up. I think too. I was thinking on our top as well. I'll put those corsages that had our names, Matilda.
Oh, yeah,
and that,
yeah.
we can pin those on as well too. Yeah, there's a lot more things that go for this costume, so it'll be
I'm
an
not
event.
making really like designer stuff for this, but they're costumes. I'm not going to wear them out anywhere.
No. Eddie says, "Come on, guys, black socks with those colors. We won't be wearing." Well, I don't know what. Actually,
I don't know. We'll have to figure out what we're wearing.
maybe Bobby socks because we
we'll
got
probably be wearing
pink
pink
runners.
running shoes. So.
Yeah, we have these light up running shoes, but we don't think they light up anymore. They don't take the charge, but I think that's what we'll wear. Sensible shoes, not no heels, because we're going to be doing a lot of because we're doing the entertainment, as I said before, and there's some games to be played and things like that. So there's a lot of movement. So I'll fall off my heels and break an ankle, and I don't want to do that. March Ann says, "Love all the different fabrics you used." Marlene says, "Are you two the cousins?" Yes. I don't know. Should I show them the little intro?
Yeah, I don't care if you can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. I can show you the little intro so you'll get that, and hopefully it'll work. So we'll do that. Cute. Just catching up on everybody's comments first here. Jan loves the outfits. Jeannie says it's an incredible top. I said to Walter that top he's made looks like one of those scrub tops that nurses make. Maybe go into business making tops for nurses. Laura says, "Loud, scary Walter." Oh yeah. You don't know the half of it. You really don't. Adrian says the fasteners are super, and coming from you, Adrian, as a professional milliner, that's high compliment. Gitsy couture. Yeah.
My boss used to say that I had a cheery disposition.
Yeah.
She was being sarcastic.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can just find on here and show you the little intro. I did this today. Now, it's a little amateurish, but it's good for a screen. I just have to locate it. A little awkward here on the keyboard. Okay, let me...
Quilting Sisters.
Yeah, I just get that queued up here. Okay, you should be able to see this in a second and hear it. I'm just going to monitor the sound to make sure. And here we go. So this will be the intro before we walk in.
Yeah, I just get that queued up here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Quilting Sisters.
Sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. Never had to have a chaperone, no sir. I'm here to keep my eye on her, caring, sharing every little thing that we are wearing. When a certain gentleman arrived from Rome, she wore the dress and I stayed home. All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain or sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one. Those who've seen us know that not a thing could come between us. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can. Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man.
And now, here they are, Matilda Mudslinger and Gladass Happy Bum.
All right. Yes. Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man.
And now,
Here they are, Matilda, Mudslinger, and Glad-Ass Happy Bum.
Okay, so that's the little intro we'll be having before we make our appearance that night. So it's a little crude put together in terms of editing, but yeah, it'll be fine for the 1.5 minutes that it runs. Anyway, so are people saying here, hi, Billy. You're not scary, Walter, just sophisticated and dignified. No, he's not. Steve, are you going to record the retreat for a future video? I would love to see the entertainment. Yes, Eddie, I will do bits and pieces of it. As long as everybody that's there is okay with me doing that, I'll ask for their permission first. A little thing that I did it on one of the retreats we had, and someone squealed on me because I mentioned something that we weren't supposed to mention. And so for the sake of the store, I took that video down, but I won't make that mistake twice. Everybody's liking that. Very funny. I should remember those ladies. Yeah, well, if you've watched White Christmas and many times, I'm sure you've seen it. One is Patsy. No, not Patsy. I was going to say Patsy Cline. It's not Patsy Cline. It's what's her name?
Rosemary
Clooney.
yeah.
Rosemary Clooney, which is what's his name? Clooney's
Yeah, it's really,
aunt,
yeah,
I think. And the other one is, I forget her name.
not sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're hoping it's going to be great, March, and we're making it as much as we can. And we've been spending a lot of time on everything else that we're doing for this retreat as well. You'd think we were throwing it, and we're not. But it's fun.
Well, it started out that the first retreat we went to, we had these Halloween costumes that we wore one year, and we didn't tell anybody that we were going to do this. And we put on our Halloween costumes and just dropped in.
Yeah, so to speak. And the crowd went wild with it all. And so then the ones that you saw in the video, the pictures of us there, that was from the last one. We decided to go as working girls. We were waitresses or hostesses with the mostesses. And I had glued onto a tray like the cans and the wine glasses and things like that, and we put a strap underneath them so that nothing would fall over. We could hold on to them upside down and they were fine too, because we knew we'd have a lot of movement.
Yeah, and I didn't, the first couple of times I never made any clothing for it. We bought online dresses for it, and you had to order online to get them size our size. But anyway, this year we decided to make it more pertinent, that it was more of a quilting type retreat. So we've got dresses that are made out of quilting materials, and a shirt, and more of a, what do you call it, a quilting theme.
Yeah, with it too. Yeah, those dresses that we bought from Amazon, they were pretty cheap. Well, they did hold up. They were polyester.
Yeah, they're really lousy material.
Yeah, it was lousy material. But now these ones are fairly substantial, actually. You could wear them for whatever. So, yeah, we'll see how this works. Eddie says June Allison. No, I don't think. Vera Allen. That's it, Mark Jan. Yeah, wasn't right. June Allison a choreographer?
Might be.
I can't remember. Oh, well. It's before our time, Eddie. Or at least it's before our time. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more, say no more. How about that? So, yep. So that's what Walter's been busy working on the outfits. I've been busy doing some other things. I don't think I showed this to you last week, so I'm just going to find it here and show it to you. I must have knocked that out. That's weird how this works. It didn't used to do that on Windows 10. But it does it on Windows 11. As soon as you go out of one, if you've got it opened in one of the directories, it goes out. Let me see here. It's here somewhere. There we go. And let's get this up. So this is on our front door. It'll come up here in a second for you. So this is my tribute to the Ukrainian people. This was that, and maybe some of you who quilt and that know about this. This was a free pattern provided by Pat Sloan. Pat Sloan is a major figure in the quilting world, and she put this together. It's a sawtooth, a star, and anything with a star in it I'm always attracted to. But I did like the design. It measures about 24 inches square, and it hangs on my front door. But what I'm really pleased about, what I did, was the quilting of it. I think I have a close-up here so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, in here. This is all ruler foot quilting. It's just straight line, actually done in spiros in each of the shapes. But I think it turned out
and you
pretty good.
You did it on your regular sewing machine.
Yeah, I didn't do that on the long arm. Well, for something that size, you don't bother putting that on the long arm. Unless you had a whole bunch of them that you could spread out. And I've yet to try that technique. Sometime if I make a whole lot of placemats, I might do that. And you line them all up onto the batting and your backing, and away you go. But no, I just did this on the domestic machine. So I think it turned out pretty good. So it hangs on the door along with the Irish gnome one that I showed you last week that I did for March. And so I've been making a lot of things with the 3D printers. You might wonder what these are. Well, obviously in the front, those are bunnies. I'll talk about those in a minute. But there is this craze amongst the 3D community lately. People are taking a basic Buddha and putting the head of famous people or celebrities, or in one case, cartoon characters like Donald Duck and that kind of thing, onto the Buddha body. So I've been making all kinds of these. So you can see I've got Donald Duck, I've got an alien, I've got Beethoven, I've got Yoda, Groot, Leonardo da Vinci in the back. Way back in the back corner is Charlie Chaplin, Indiana Jones, Abraham Lincoln. Picard is this one right down in here. And this one, it's not Buddha. I forget who that is. I said, oh, that's
Buddha Santa Claus?
No. It's Freud. I think it's supposed to be Freud or whatever. And I'm making some more. So I'm going to make some shelves and things in my room and take down something. I have to find an area for it because I've got 12 of them now. Well, the 12th one's printing. There's still a few more. And I'm going to do kind of a wall display. I know they're crazy, but it's just for fun. Now, the bunnies below, we're having my sister and her husband and my nephew and niece here for Easter dinner. So I always like to put something on the place setting, a little party favor, so to speak, or something like that. So I'm making these little bunnies out of rainbow filament. That's why they're all this sort of different colors, because rainbow filament, it takes, to really see the rainbow effect in its full glory, you need to make something really big because of the spacing of the colors in the filament. But anyways, these come out like this. And I bought some of those little candy eggs with the chocolate inside. And they're going into that little basket there. And I'll put this at each person's place setting. And then I've got some larger bunnies, different ones I'm going to make and create a centerpiece on the table as well for that. So everybody can go home with a little bunny with candy in it. I love making stuff like that. So, yeah, it makes it fun. It's a party. So, yeah, busy on the 3D printer, and you've already seen those. So let's go back to us. And there we are. And let me get this so we can monitor what's going through. Okay, and they're back. And what are people saying? Around to it. Hello, Around to it. You're new. Welcome. Wendy's here. Patsy says, I did the same quilt block for my front door. Yours looks great. Well, I'm sure yours looks pretty good too. Oh, it's Shirley Heineman. I know Shirley very well. Shirley's one of my friends on the Quilter's Way. Oh, Dana's here. Hi, Dana. Dana's also a member of the Quilter's Way. How do I hang it on the door? Actually, really easy. 2 command strip hooks. And then I have these little round, they're meant for curtains. They are round rings with a clip hanging from them. And so the round ring goes over the hook, and you have this little clip and it just fastens down onto the top of it. And that's actually the quilts behind me. That's how I hang those as well. Command hooks are great. They don't mark up your walls in most cases, and they can hold quite a bit on each one. I think those ones say they will hold like half a pound, but if you distribute them across, you know, I think I've got about 4 holding up those quilts, the 2 larger quilts, and they haven't fallen down yet. And those quilts have been up there now for quite a while. So that works really well. Jeannie says, Steve, your ruler foot quilting is really getting good. Yeah, I'm getting better at it. Of course, isn't that ironic? I have a long arm now. So, but yeah, you can do ruler foot quilting, though, on the long arm as well. We've played around with it. In fact, we had a video of us tinkering around when we first got Lucy. But I haven't done any more of that on the on Lucy. I've been doing pantographs. And once I get the quilt path, which I don't know when I'm getting that. It's probably in April, maybe. We'll see. It's supposed to be. Yeah, Laura, I don't have enough wall space. And you ought to see my guest bedroom bed. It's got all my quilts on it. As I've said before, I got to start giving them away. Thanks, Adrian. So Barb and Shirley, are you in Calgary? Who am I mixing you up with? I thought you were out here in Ontario. I get things mixed up. I know too many Shirleys. Kathleen says I sent the son to get some of those command strips today. Yeah, actually, I buy them on Amazon. I find I can buy them in bulk on Amazon. I use quite a few of them. Plus, I can get the extra strips. And those extra strips work really well without the hooks, too. For if you want to hang something on a wall, like all my little plastic shelves, like behind Walter's head there, you see those hexagon shelves that have some of my 3D printed objects on them? Those are just stuck to the wall with command strips. Without the hook, and they hold really well. Now those are very light that are on the wall, but so I wouldn't really probably use them for something that weighs several pounds, but for that kind of thing they work really well with it. Okay, so that's what I've been up to. So finally this week, Friday, I got my inheritance. The bank finally sorted it out, but not until I had to contact the bank manager. And then it just seemed really mysterious. All of a sudden. First of all, I sent the bank manager a message on Friday morning. Was it Friday morning or Thursday morning? Might have been Thursday morning.
Thursday morning.
I sent him a message, a voicemail message, because I got his direct contact information from the woman that I was dealing with at the bank, who was very, very nice, but she didn't seem to be getting any information from head office who were looking after this. Every time I'd ask her, I'd get the same answer. Yeah, she says, I'll contact head office and see what's going on. I haven't heard from them. I apologize for the delay and thank you for your patience. 4 months of patience.
Yeah, wasn't that the bank manager sent you thank you for your patience, and he spelled patience P-A-T-E, like as in hospital patients.
Hospital patients, not as in patients, waiting kind of a thing. So that gives you a good feeling about the quality of people hired in the banking system, doesn't it? But anyways, I sent him a voicemail message, told him, now apparently he knew already about it because the one at the bank that I was dealing with, she sent me an email, and because I asked her, I told her, I was trying to put scare into her to get the lead out. And I said to her, okay, I'm getting the same answer all the time, and I have to say that, this has gone on for too long, so maybe I should contact the bank manager, which would be her boss, and, ask him if, he could check into it, because maybe he has more clout than you do with head office, whatever. Well, she said, well, here's his information, and I've already talked to him about it as well. So she was covering her ass if I was going to get angry. I didn't get angry. I didn't say she wasn't doing her job or anything like that, because I kind of figure probably she's doing what she can do, but if it's at head office, she probably doesn't have any more power than anybody else with it. but it's just going on too long. So I sent him a voicemail message and asked him if he could give me a call. And I left him my number, and he never did. Although his voicemail message, when it clicked into that, said he was in the office all day. And then later in the day, I decided, okay, I'll try his email, because she sent me his email address as well. So I sent him a message via email and said, maybe you didn't get, I was nice, but you didn't have to read that deeply between the lines to get the point that I'm a little pissed, because I said, maybe you didn't get the voicemail message I sent you earlier today because I haven't heard from you. So I thought I'd give it a try on your email. And boy, I got a message back from that pretty quick. He said he was aware of the situation and everything, and he was contacting the head office to find out what was going on. The estate manager at head office or something. And so anyways, the next day, I got information from the other one I was dealing with saying, yeah, it's here now. And actually, she called me, and I said, okay, so what's the process now? Can I get my dirty little hands on it, or what's the story? Or is there more things I have to go through? She says, nope, you can go right up to a teller when you're in there and do what you need to do with it. And asked her, well, okay, I have to split this between 3 people, myself and my brother and my sister. I'm the executor of the will, as she knew. And so I want to distribute it. And I said, what's the best means? My sister lives in the same town as your bank. I said, and I'm assuming that probably the best way to get it to her, because she doesn't deal with your bank or with a branch of your bank, of your company, Bank of Nova Scotia, Scotia Bank as they call it now these days. And I said, so a bank draft would probably be best. And she went, yeah, that would probably be the best way to do it. And I said, now my brother lives in BC, so I guess I'm going to have to probably wire the money to him. So I'll get all the banking information, his account number, transit numbers, the address of the bank and all that kind of stuff. And she says, because I said, I don't think he deals with the Bank of Nova Scotia. Actually, it turned out that he does.
Which was a bonus.
That was a bonus. He got the money before my sister and I did. Because they just transferred it right on their computer system into his account on that day, on the Friday. So they got me a draft for my sister, and then I said, and I'll probably need a draft as well. I said, unless you can, do electronic transfer. And I said, but as you know, I said to her, I don't deal with the Scotia Bank. I'm Toronto Dominion, TD. She says, oh, well, would you consider like opening an account here with us for the whole thing, always selling their products? I says, no, I would not. I said, I've been with TD Bank for many, many years. It's where the mortgage to my house had been with them. And I said, I'm quite content with their services. Thank you very much. In other words, screw off. I'm not dealing with your bank. Not that necessarily any bank is any better when it comes to something like this, because banks are good at getting your money, taking your money, not so good at giving it back to you. So anyways, I went in, I got that all straightened out, went over to my sister's place, dropped her off the check. My brother, I checked with him. Yep, it went right into his bank account. Of course, because my sister and I have bank drafts and we deal with different banks, we have a hold for 5 days on the funds, which I knew would happen. Even though I kind of thought, well, why? It's a bank draft. So, I understand them holding on to it, because if you walk in...
just in case it's a forgery or something.
Well, whatever. So, yep, I've got my inheritance. And I'm very, very happy about that. So, I've been doing some shopping. Now, I talked about the fact that when I got the inheritance, I was going to use that to buy the Quilt Path, the computerized system for my long arm. Well, that happened a little sooner, before I even got the money. So that's already paid for. It's done. And I'm happy about that. I had to go kind of into my savings to pay for it, but, you can't take it with you. But I've decided I'm going to buy a new computer. Actually, a lot of new computer stuff. So I just put in an order for $10,000 worth of Mac equipment. Yeah. I've bought a new 16-inch Mac Pro laptop M1 Max chip with a 64 gigabytes of RAM and a 2 terabyte SSD drive. And I bought a new iPad, an 11-inch one. Walter just bought a new iPad too. His hasn't come yet either. He bought the big one though because size matters.
Well, he kept saying he wanted to buy a big one, and I kept saying I wanted to buy the smaller one because it'd be more portable. And then I thought, well, I couldn't very well have him get the big one and then I get the small one. So I went out and got the big one, and he gets the small one. Idiot.
Well, no, because originally when I said I was thinking of the big one, I wasn't thinking of actually buying a Mac computer because I'm happy with the computer I have right now. But the only thing I don't like about what I have right now is a PC. Any programs you get for PC for editing video and that kind of stuff are really crap. The Mac is really made for doing that.
Steve likes a lot of computer.
Yeah.
Steve never does anything small.
No, I don't. So I bought that, and then of course there's accessories that you have to buy too. So I also bought some new earbuds. I've never had Apple earbuds before. I had these cheap ones we bought on sale that are wireless. They work okay, but they got this cord on them, and I always get my...
It goes from one to the other one.
Yeah, and it's
which is
kind of
a nuisance.
It's kind of a pain in the butt. So I thought, no, I'm going to buy myself some, what the kids are using these days, kind of a deal. And then I bought some extra cables and other things. And then, of course, you got to buy insurance, Apple Care, for any of the products. Well, you don't have to, but actually...
You're buying something that expensive.
Yeah.
I would want to some insurance.
Well, we've had Apple Care on our iPhones as well. And I actually had to use it once because my iPhone was actually blowing up in my pocket. It was getting really hot. And I noticed that my screen was sort of warping. And so I took it into an Apple store. This is a couple of years ago. And they looked at it and said, yeah, there's a little problem with the rechargeable battery that's in them. They have a tendency to go boom. Okay, good to know. I've got it in my pocket, right next to, something I would like. I've grown very close to in my life and would like to keep. And I'm not talking my leg.
Windows experience 11 is horrible anyway. You won't be missing out Windows experience.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I still have that problem because he still has like more than one PC that is Windows.
Yeah, there's a computer here. There's a computer over there. There's a computer in the other room. There's an iPad over there. There's an iPad over here. There's an iPhone in my pocket. Yeah, I have a lot of computers.
Actually, I think I caused him to buy the Mac because I bought a Mac.
He is an enabler.
I bought a Mac a couple of years. I got a Mac Mini because I wasn't sure if I would like the Mac or not. So I got a Mac Mini it's a year and a half ago.
Has it been that long now?
Yeah, and I kind of like it. So
yeah, and
I was always a PC user for years and years and years. So.
I always wanted sort of a Mac way back, but you see, the school system that I worked in did not use Macs; they used PCs, so I had to be compatible with the school. But I'm thinking to myself, why am I bothering? I don't need to be compatible with anybody anymore. So, yep, it's all ordered. I get some of the stuff this coming week, some of it next week, but I don't get the main events until into April. Probably closer to May for the main machine.
Yeah, I wouldn't install Windows 11 right now. I would try and
hold off
on it.
Well, it's not that buggy, but I have it on my computers, Windows 11, and it's okay. But there is one major problem, and I've heard a lot of people complain about this online, and of course, Windows says nothing. There is a memory leak in Windows Explorer. That's the program you need to use to look in your directories and things like that. And sometimes it takes a while for it to read a directory, or sometimes it doesn't at all, or whatever. And they change the interface, not majorly, but I find it kind of annoying. I mean, they always do this. They always screw around. If it's not broke, don't fix it, kind of a thing. But yeah, I'll still be using my PC as well, because there are certain things that it will do better maybe than the Mac, or there might be a couple of things that I use now on here that I can't get in a Mac version. But I also bought Microsoft Windows for the Mac. You can buy it at the same time. And I bought Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro. Anybody that has an iPad, you might be familiar with iMovie. It's basically what I make all of these videos, my videos on. I use iMovie, but it's limited in what it can do. It works fine for my purposes right now, but sometimes I want to do something a little bit more sophisticated, like that thing I showed you, the intro for the sisters. Did that all on the iPad primarily and through OBS on here. And it's a bit of a piecemeal way of doing it, and I couldn't really edit it as well as I could if I was using Final Cut Pro. So I bought it as well with the computer.
Is it so? Around to it just got a new Mac laptop and it's complaining that her old accessories don't fit. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, there is going to be something like that
Yeah.
occurs. Kathleen said, does 550E work with Apple Computer now? It will. I don't know if it will work directly with the Apple Computer, but that you can plug it in that way. But you can transfer files to it. You just have to make sure that your USB is formatted with FAT32.
Yeah.
And not with the Apple formatting on it.
But what you're doing with the 550E when you're transferring files to it is you're transferring Jeff files, Gnome files. Those are not an executable program, so it doesn't matter what machine those come from. The only thing you have to be aware of is to make sure that your USB has been formatted so that it, as Walter said, a FAT32, so that it will work in the machine to transfer.
Yeah, I know
your
you can
files.
transfer your files from PC to Mac, but you have to have the method that you're transferring it has to be able to read in both machines. And FAT32 is one of them. There's another configuration, I can't remember what it is, that you can use. But Windows uses its own configuration, NTSC or something, if you format in Windows computer. And Mac has their own proprietary thing. So if you format your drive in the Mac, it might not, and you let it default to the Mac system, you're not going to be able to use it in 550E. You have to specifically tell it to format the drive in the FAT32 system to be able to do that.
Yeah. So just say hello quickly to a few people that have come in. Chuck's here. Hi, Chuck. And Kara's here. And Cindy's here. And Cheryl's here. Welcome to you all. Yeah, there's going to be some growing pains, okay, going from PC to a Mac. But if he can do it, I can do it. So.
Yeah, this year I found that I usually use the tax program to do my income taxes. And I found that the tax program that they use in Canada, TurboTax, you can buy the program for a PC, but you can't buy the program for the Mac. You have to use the online version for the Mac. So I switched back to my PC to be able to do the tax on it and buy the program instead, because I like doing it on the PC version better than on the Mac version.
So yeah, I expect some growing pains, and I also ordered a whole bunch of little peripheral cables and everything for that same reason as who was it that said around to it, Shirley said about that, getting the accessories to plug into it. And I've been doing some gathering of things too already that I want to install onto the Mac. Like when I switch screens here, I have something called an Elgato, and Elgato, and it's just a switching box. I don't know if I can hold it up here so you can see it. This right here, it's a programmable switching box. So when I switch screens around that you see in that, I just hit a button, and I love it. It works really well. But I went to looking just this morning actually to see if there is a one that works with Mac, like the program that goes with this. This just plugs into the USB port. So there shouldn't be any problem just plugging it into the Mac. But the program for setting this up is in PC format. But nope, they have a Mac version. I downloaded it. That was free. So, and then other programs like quilting programs. I have Electric Quilt. Well, Electric Quilt has a Mac version, and they charge you $25 American to download that version of it, as long as you already own the PC version, which I do, because Electric Quilt is a very expensive program, like about $400 for that. And so I've got that now that I can install once I get the Mac.
Yeah, we have Artistic Digitizer, and it has a Mac version because I run it on my Mac. So,
yes, Angel, that's my goal. To have more of a home studio. Well, actually, just before we got on air today, we were talking about a green screen. I don't know if I would really use a green screen. The other thing is, there is one you can get. You said that rolls up like one of those old time movie screens we used to use at kids. You can pull it down. And I could probably install it in the ceiling behind us over here and pull it down. And maybe I will get one when they're not available right now and they're sold out.
Not on Amazon, but you can buy it at Best Buy.
Yeah. I don't know how much I really would use it. I mean, they're not cheap either. That was how much? Like $200 and some dollars or something?
$100. Yeah.
Of course, you're going to say you just spent $10,000 on a computer. What's that? Yeah. But I don't know. That's down the road. We'll see. What I'd really like to have is if I had a dedicated room for nothing but a studio. But no, we've run out of rooms in this house. Okay. Lucy's taken up a room. My sewing room is taken up a room. Walter's sewing room's taken up a room. The guest bedroom is taken over by quilt storage. So doesn't leave us a lot of room, Have to buy a new house. No, that's not happening. But so what?
Yeah, Angel says what's spinning behind me.
Oh,
they're gnomes.
They're the gnomes. They're the gnomes on these little solar-powered, battery-operated little platforms. There, you can see it behind Walter. They're my gnomes.
They're like Hershey's Kisses.
Yeah, they look like Hershey's Kisses, but they're not. They're gnomes. You know me and gnomes. So anyways, yeah. Now, I have to admit, I had sticker shock is not really the word for it. I had apprehension because suddenly I have more money than I've ever seen in one spot in my whole life. Now, I don't want you to think that I got millions. It was my mother's estate. It wasn't. It wasn't millions.
No, but it's extra money that he didn't have before. So
I'll tell them. It's $93,000. Okay? Canadian. Okay, $93,000, $548.88 or something like that. And
probably shouldn't broadcast that.
No.
Next thing you know, you'll have people trying to rip you off.
Yeah, well, there's a possibility, but they try to rip you off no matter what. It doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah. So, and I started when I started putting into my basket on the Apple site what I wanted, and it's going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And I thought, oh, okay, let's settle down here. This is adding up. But then I got thinking about it. I can't take it with me. And damn it all, if I'm acquiring money here, saving it all up, and it's going to go to my nephews and nieces when I kick off, when we're both gone, because actually if I kick off first anyways, he gets it all. So if he kicks off, I get all of his. Well, we'll think about that. Why? It's my life.
Yeah, we do separate finances, so.
Yeah, well, to a point, yeah. But anyways, so, yeah. And I'm excited about getting this stuff when it does come. The one thing that pisses me off is that I don't like to wait. I'm an impatient person when it comes to when I buy a toy, I want my toy now. I want to play with my toy now. But I'm going to have to wait for about a month before I have it all. So, yeah.
So Patsy says, aren't you my long lost brother?
Yeah, Sorry, Patsy, I'm spending it all. Never mind. So anyways, that's fun. So moving away from that. Okay, so quite a phenomenal thing happened, which I certainly didn't expect and never entered my mind that this was even a possibility. So there may be some new people on here today. Although I'm not only a couple, I think, new. But I have got a whole bunch of new subscribers in the last week to 10 days. Like almost 400 new subscribers. Now, I have been doing my YouTube channel since 2000. Well, I've been on YouTube since 2006 because I looked at the back records. But I've actually been producing stuff since just right after I retired, and that was 2012. So for 10 years, basically. And it's grown over time, but not by leaps and bounds. I was in my initial days of putting up videos. I was lucky. I thought I was ecstatic when I got 50 views in a week or more. Some were less than that. And over time it has grown, but I'm still, my average, I'm ecstatic if I'm getting like 300 and something a week on a video. Okay? That is very, very small potatoes. All right? But then I posted the interview I did with Kate from the last Homely House. Oh my God. I'm looking at this. Within 10 days, I had over 6,000 views on that interview. Right now, I checked it today, I'm over 9,000 views. We're heading towards 10,000 views in a less than 2 weeks. But there's been a spin-off from that. There's been a lot of people who have been writing to me and saying they really love the interview with Kate and everything like that, who follow Kate. But because of that, they've been checking out my channel and joining up and viewing. So my videos this past week have been going much higher. They're doubling in views and going up. I'm hoping it'll stay that way. But I didn't know, like, wow. Everybody loves Kate, and I didn't know there was going to be some kind of a spin-off effect. I mean, I put up the interview because I thought people should see it because it's a good interview with her, and Kate was so gracious to do it and everything, and offered a prize too, and he actually spent time with us at the retreat. So I'm just flabbergasted with that. So tell your friends about me, because I'm getting greedy now. I want videos.
Yeah, I know. He gets a little bit extra money from that.
You wake a little. You don't make much. And that's not why I do it. Yes, I'm monetized, and we've talked about this before. And guess what YouTube does? YouTube, whatever I make each month, they take 30% of it for American income tax. I'm not American. They didn't used to do that, but this is something they started back about 8 months ago or so. And we have a treaty with the United States, supposedly, when it comes to this kind of taxation. And I filled out the forms. They had forms online. You could fill that all out if you were Canadian, the whole bit. Make absolutely no difference. They are charging me the maximum amount of income tax. So, yeah. So, I'm not making a lot. I don't do it to make the money. It's
a nice bonus.
It's a bonus. But I mean, I'm telling you, the biggest amount of money will be probably when I get paid. They pay you on the 21st of the month. So tomorrow's the 21st. I'm just over probably $200. And that isn't 1 month, by the way, because they didn't pay me in February. Because February was a short month, and I guess for some reason I hadn't met they have before they'll pay you out, you have to make $100. And if you don't make it in that pay period of a month, they just carry it over to the next month. Like, you don't lose it, but they don't just pay it out then with it. And that's my ceiling. Like, each month I was basically making about $100, just barely. And then they took 30%. So they take
I don't
$30.
know why Angel says, do you get that back?
Don't know. It doesn't say that I will, and I've looked on their site and I can't find anything that says I can get that back or how I would do it. If I had an accountant or something, I probably could, but I'm too small potatoes for that. So what I'd like to know is somebody like Curiosity Inc., who has every video he puts up, he has 6-digit views. I wonder what he's doing with that. He's Canadian too. I wonder what's happening on the income tax on him.
Well, he may have somebody that he's hired to be able to look into that.
Well, maybe he does. So I don't know. But anyways, yes, Barb, everyone should give me a thumbs up. Apparently that helps. Okay, the likes, I guess. You know me, I have never ever begged for people to do that. I do not turn around and say, like so many YouTube people out there, like, remember to support me, subscribe. I mean, I think that's pretty evident that if people want to subscribe, they know how to do it. If you've been on YouTube any length of time, you know that. So I don't ask for that. I don't ask for a thumbs up or anything like that. I mean, okay, so I'll ask now. Yes, if you're not subscribed to me, please do subscribe. It helps my channel. It makes it does with the algorithm. Apparently, the algorithm in YouTube looks at how many likes you have and how many people subscribe, and it somehow bumps it up a little further in their hierarchy. Because you know how you get recommended videos and things like that, or trending? I will never be part of trending, because to be a trender, you have to have over 1 million views for a video, I think. But yeah. So like me. Oh, thank you. Just went up to 20 likes. Thank you. I love you. Oh, you love me. Oh, thank you. You love us. If anything, for the sake of Walter.
Well, you want to make me smile?
Subscribe. Yeah, if you want to see Walter smile, a real genuine smile, yeah, there won't be enough likes to ever add that out there. But anyways,
maybe I'll just look mean and then.
Yeah. Yes, Eddie. And actually, Eddie said he told Kate she was a hit in Canada. And I sent her an email and this week and said to Kate what I just told you. I said, since I put up your interview and that, I said, it's had a spin-off for me. I've gotten a whole lot of new subscribers and views and that. And I says, I hope it's working for you as well. I hope that a lot of those people had never heard of Kate. And so I hope they've gone to her site as well.
Yeah, you know? She seems to be a very interesting person. She's very creative.
Mm-hmm. But she's just one of those kind of people that just, she's so nice, but nice in a genuine way. You know, you get some people on YouTube's and they're just so sickly sweet and sticky in it all, right? Kate's not like that at all. Like I've said, she is somebody that I could see having tea with or coffee or whatever and just talking about stuff. I think she'd be like, you would just feel so comfortable with her. You know, and yeah. So that was a good thing. Thank you. More likes, people. Come on. If you haven't hit the like yet, hit the like. We're on a goal here. We're up to 24.
$5 super chat to make me laugh.
Now that is another thing. I can enable super chat. I never have. Okay? And you know what my theory is about that? I basically think super chats are greedy. I think people who put that up, well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say greedy. There are people that do YouTube videos as their profession. Like that's their livelihood. I think it's a precarious type of livelihood, but you know, they spend hours doing high quality production videos. And so they put up super chat. But I feel if someone gives me money for something I'm doing, I need to give them something a little extra. That's why I don't have a Patreon account either. I mean, Kate has a Patreon account, and that's fine, but that she gives back to her Patreons. I really don't know what I could give my Patreons for that.
Donna, we'll look into that when we start getting a lot more money.
You should check out Half Acre Homestead. She got a lawyer for the income tax thing. She filled the wrong form and caught it right away. Too late. Yeah. So, you know, quite frankly, it's not the money. I don't care. I'll just spend it. Anyways, probably on more things for the computer to do other things on it. The only reason I put it in place when I did was it was sort of a benchmark as to how popular my videos or whatever are. That was the only reason I put it in. I certainly don't count on it for, I like the ones who come up and go, and the money that I make on the advertising allows me to bring these videos to you. That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Maybe the ones that are like
it's a business,
millions, but
that's bullshit. I mean, well, most people put up videos on YouTube because it's a hobby. It is for me, kind of. Well, it's a little bit more than a hobby now, because I've got to know people, like especially on the live, we have our regulars.
The quilt retreats.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
It's actually kind of social.
Yeah, and when we do craft and chat and pop-up sewing days. I was thinking of doing a pop-up sewing day on Saturday, but I don't know if I will. Because this is the weekend before the retreat, so we have things to get done. So I don't want to commit myself to something that I can't follow through for. But yeah, so thanks to Kate, I'm popular. You want to be popular? Do you know where that's from, people? Popular? Tell me in the comments. Thank you. 27. Can we get it to 30? Can we hear? Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30 likes? Do I hear 30 likes? Like an auctioneer. Okay. Oh, and just out of curiosity, I checked this morning and it's actually gone up higher than that now. My current subscribers are 5,481. In the last week, I have gained over 300 subscribers. Usually I get 2 or 3 a week if I'm lucky, and I'm happy about that. And I looked at this and went, oh my God. So we're at 27 likes, people. Come on. 3 more. Get me to 30. So Eddie says, that's what I like about your channel. You don't rely on the income from YouTube, so you can say whatever the hell you want. True. And I do. Angel says, I would support a super chat to fund retreats. Yeah. I hadn't thought of that. But I know. I think I'm opening up. If I start something like that, I think you open up a whole can of worms. I don't know. Oh, hi, M. M's here. Laura says, oh, Cratchian on Air Farce, popular. Oh, I was thinking the song from Wicket. I want to be popular. That's done by the one that plays Glenda the Good Witch on there. But anyways, popular. Yes, popular. So, moving on. So, tomorrow, March the 21st, first day of spring, but more so here in Ontario, first day of disaster. It's no mask day. Well, optional. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mandated to wear a mask.
So everything is opened up. If you wish to wear a mask, you can wear a mask, but it's not necessary unless you're the healthcare system has said that nurses and doctors and everybody in that have to wear masks still and in long-term care, as they rightly should. But the one that really bugs the rear end off me is he is saying they don't need to wear masks in schools. And in fact, some of the school boards want to fight him on this and say, no, they think it's too soon because on Monday, all the kiddies are back from March break. And guess where all the kiddies were on March break? They were out doing public things. Some of them were flying to Florida with their parents. A teacher friend of mine I know had arranged a trip with her students to Disney World in Florida for the week. Yeah, they're kids. So teachers are a little nervous about this. Parents are a little nervous about it. I don't think the kids care, whatever. But school boards some of them said no, they want to, for their school district to say no, that they still have to have masks in classrooms. The government's told them you can't do that. We've said they don't have to. You can't make up your own rules for it. Oh, that's not good. I mean, it'll be the schools, the administration of the schools that'll be in the line of fire from parents when they have to close down a school because there's an outbreak of something, because the kids Right. And the schools say, well, the government said we couldn't do that. Yeah, but the schools are going to be the ones having to put out the fires on that one. So I'm so glad I'm retired now from the school system.
Laura said she saw a ton of people out without masks today.
Oh, they're a little early on that.
I'm still wearing mine.
I'm still wearing mine because I'm still not confident about this. And apparently there's a new strain or a new variant out there that they, again, in Florida, it's wide open and has been for a long time. Well, yeah, but Chuck, in Florida, it's all Republicans anyways. You know, it's part of their creed. Thou shalt not wear a mask. God will protect. Whatever. I wish he'd hit him with a lightning bolt. Kathleen says, once I got Omicron, I decided to not wear the mask when working once the mask mandate was removed. Now, BA2 is taking over, so I have to think about it. Country Gal, 8:45. Welcome, Country Gal. And she says it's open in Wisconsin. It's open out in Alberta.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's open doesn't mean I'm not going to stop wearing a mask, because I have heard of other people have gotten, even a triple vax person have gotten Omicron and have been very, very, very sick with it. So,
well, the thing too is, I think this is not taking into consideration the older population in our society or the more vulnerable people in our society, the ones who maybe couldn't get vaxxed because of, issues, or ones who have a compromised immune system already, or just the elderly and the whole bit. So do you want to be somebody that's responsible for spreading that disease, a life-threatening disease, to that demographic? I mean, I don't want that on my conscience. But it's just a sign of our times, isn't it? It's all about me. It's the me society. Me, 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 me. It's so inconvenient to wear a mask. I don't like wearing a mask. I can't breathe as well with a mask. Blah, blah, blah. Cry me a river. I said to Walter the other day when we were going into a wine store, I said, it's going to be really weird when the time comes when we no longer have to wear a mask at all, because we're going to feel naked, because we're so used to wearing a mask. So I'm leaving mine on. Donna
for
says,
now, let's see how things go until for sure things are like, right now the numbers are down in Ontario and all that other stuff, but the mask mandate has just been lifted as of tomorrow. So we don't know what the numbers are going to be like in a month's time. So.
No, and also because those kids have come back from March break, we have no idea for at least 2 weeks or so whether there's going to be a spike from that, because it takes that long. Donna says, I have an immune disease and is diabetic. High BP, I wear my mask. Yeah, of course. P is open now. Well, pretty much. Well, let's face it. Did the States ever shut down?
Yeah, I mean, like up until now, pretty much anybody, any place you went to in Ontario, if you saw somebody without a mask, it was very unusual.
And Teresa says we've had our rules relaxed. Cases are rising as well, seeing people coming down with colds as well. Yeah.
Well, actually, that's been good for me, because I mean, I haven't had a cold since this thing, and I haven't had felt ill or anything like that. So
yeah. Country Girl says, my son and I wear masks. Yes, there's lots that got COVID here with all the vaccines. Yeah. And Angel says she's vaxxed and boosted and got Omni, and got Omni. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, well, this is what still some people don't understand. Because you've been vaxxed, you can still get it. You just have less chance of getting it really severe, that like hospitalizing you, but it's not a cure.
Yeah. Like, I talked to a guy online and he got it. He was been triple vaxxed. And he was really, really sick to the point where he almost went to the hospital and he was coughing up blood. And the doctor, it lasted really severe for 3 days, and then it got better. And the doctor said to him that it's considered a mild case, even though you didn't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
If you go to the hospital, it becomes a severe case. If if you don't go to the hospital, it's a mild
Yeah,
case.
they consider milk, although it can still be as sick as a dog.
Yeah.
Adrian and Patsy both saw, here's one of the spin-off benefits of wearing a mask. Adrian says I'll have to put lipstick on again if she doesn't have a mask. And Patsy says she'll have to start wearing makeup again. Think of the money you've saved, and actually seriously, because, we don't wear makeup. Yeah, we should. But makeup's expensive, right? But it's still,
By the way, so when we're doing our thing at the retreat, I got to make next week. I'm making masks that have lips on them so that we don't have to shave off our beards.
Yeah. Well, also to be safe, because it's still, we haven't heard the latest, but since this thing's happening tomorrow, but at the retreat, they said everybody had to be vaxxed to go to the retreat, and you had to wear a mask, except when you're sitting in front of your own sewing machine, and everything was going to be spaced out, and they were taking all the protocol. I'm not sure.
I expect that their masks aren't required.
Well, maybe not, but I'll be wearing mine.
Yeah.
Again in there, because and also, again, I go back to a saying about, I'm not that worried about myself as much as I'm worried about other people, because let's face it, the people going to the retreat are not a young crowd. There's a lot of people that are older than us in there, and it's a gamble. I don't want to be responsible for making somebody really, really sick. China, Donna says, is masking. They have had a variant in place. They're closing there and not allowed to travel. Our news Pittsburgh said 694 more cases is going up again. Yep.
Apparently they have it really bad right now in Europe, especially Germany.
Yeah, and Donna says they had a man, had all shots and booster, and he was diabetic, and he was in the hospital with it. Yeah. See, we still don't know.
Yeah, I still think that they don't know enough about this disease.
Yeah.
Because it's still new.
Like Angel said, hers was very mild. She lost taste and smell. That was the worst part of it, but it could have been worse without the vax. Yeah, death. Let's face it.
Anyway.
But it's a lot of people who, this me mentality. Oh, I just hate wearing a mask. I just hate it. I have to think about it. That's my right, my freedom.
Well, we noticed in the bank on Friday, I don't know if it had anything to do with the mask mandate, but there were an awful lot of people pulling down their masks so that their noses were exposed.
Which,
well, that sort of like eliminates what the use of wearing a mask is all about.
Yeah, I know that eventually we do have to. It is the new way of life, and there will come a time when we'll probably everybody's just going to say, well, screw it. We're taking our chances. But I'm not ready for that yet, so whatever.
Yeah.
So, if things aren't looking good for the Ukraine now, I have to admit, though, have you been watching the news? Because I haven't watched the news in 3 days.
I have.
Because it's just depressing. That asshole is still
not good, so.
Those poor people. I mean, what is going to end it? I'm afraid what will end it or start from it. And we're not going to talk about that because it's just too depressing to think about. But I really feel horrible for the Ukrainian people as well. So I said to Walter, we got lots of room in Canada, and Trudeau's already making things easier for any Ukrainians who want to immigrate and come live here, easier for them to get into our country. And I like pierogies. Can you ever have too many restaurants that serve pierogies and cabbage rolls? I don't know. And little meat on a stick. Yes, Barb, you're absolutely right. We all need to do our part. I mean, that's just good citizenship, isn't it? Yeah, so anyways, now I'm just looking here at the statistics. There are 53 of you on here right now, but only 32 likes. Who are the holdouts? Push that like button. Yeah, push that like button. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and bring a friend. Yes, bring a friend. Oh, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. You'll never know. So, anyways, what's that taking us to? So, do we have any exciting plans for this week?
I got to finish my shirts and do the masks.
Yeah.
And
so, have you decided on what you're going to work on when you're at the retreat?
Yeah, I'm going to do, I think I'm going to cut out a bunch of short sleeve shirts and do them.
Ooh, new wardrobe by the end of the weekend. Yay. For me.
Well, I think pierogies, everybody makes those in that area because I know a lady I used to work with was from Belarus, and she made pierogies too. Except that she said she stuffs them with all kinds of things.
Thank you, Cheryl. That was very nice of you to do that. Uh, yeah. Come on, people. Can we hit 40? Can we hit 40?
And actually, a lady that I used to do stained glass with, she's from Ukraine, and her parents were from the Ukraine, and they did cabbage rolls and pierogies too. So,
or I think actually in Ukrainian it's, and I probably won't say it right, halumpshis and pedohev.
yeah.
Because I used to work with a lady who was a Ukrainian background, and that's what she called them all the time. She also did those fancy eggs at Easter time. You know, the Ukrainian eggs where they draw on them intricate designs and the whole bit. In fact, I signed up. She was teaching it. Her and her sister were teaching it many years ago as a course at our local library, and I was signed up for it. And then my father had a problem, and I had to go look after him, and so I never got a chance to take the class. So, because I always thought that might be kind of interesting to try. But anyways, dough stuffed with things is always good. Yep, it is. Yep. So you're going to work on shirts. I've already organized my project kits. I've got 3 quilts that I've done the pre-cutting for and everything, and have them all in. I won't get 3 quilts done while we're there, but I like to have more than enough, because if I get bored with one, I can move on to another project as well. So I am looking forward to this. I'm still feeling a little apprehensive about the state of things, but yeah, once we get into it and a whole bit, I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. So that's this week.
Fruit pierogies. I never thought of that. That's interesting.
Oh, I've never seen fruit pierogies, but why not?
Well, I know the lady I used to work with said that she stuffed them with some kind of meat sometimes too. And she said, well, you can put anything in them. So
still a few holdouts here. We got 42 likes. There's 57 on there. Not that I'm counting. I am. I am. Okay, so yeah, and then speaking of pierogies and food, like food that's made by different cultural groups, we've gotten into this trend of going to this bakery in our area. It's a Portuguese bakery, and they make some delicious things, especially like what are they?
Not good for the waistline.
No, the nachos that are. Is it nachi? No. Cannoli. Yeah, nachos are a totally different thing. They're Italian and they're not pastry. They're pasta. Yeah, cannoli. But they're loaded with cream and covered in chocolate, and they're delicious. And they have these custard tarts that are really good too. But we bought something we hadn't tried from them before, and
we didn't like it.
We didn't like it as well. I mean, it tastes okay, except I didn't realize it was a bit mocha in flavor, and I'm not a big fan of mocha in foods. I mean, I like coffee, but not in desserts, kind of a thing. And it was it ever rich?
Gal hit like.
Thank you. We're at the 44 people. Yep. Thumbs up. Thumb up your bum. No, that's something different. Yeah, so we had this last night, and I felt a little ill after we had.
Yeah, it was a bit rich.
It was a bit rich. But yeah, we kind of like their bakery. It's not cheap, but then again,
I don't think they're that bad.
No, it cost us what? We got 4 of the tarts, 2 of the cannolis, and two slices of this cake, and that was $21.
Yeah,
with tax. So I guess you get sticker shock because we don't buy things from, or we hadn't up until this point for a while. So I guess, if you're expecting a 99-cent donut, I don't know if they have those anymore. But actually, good bakery. So it's kind of nice. I would like to try their cheesecake because they have cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I used to make cheesecake, and then Walter told me he hated it, so I stopped making it. Then he started making it.
Then I started liking it. So
I don't know. I made crepes this morning, Donna says, and I'm stuffed with my homemade apple pie filling. When I did whipped cream. So good. Come on, please hit that like button. Yeah, thanks, Donna. Yeah, actually, I make crepes, too. And but I haven't I haven't really made any dessert crepes too often. I did make crepe Suzette at one time. Should make that again. We need Grand Marnier or Cointreau. Do we have Grand Marnier?
We have some.
Oh, should make some crepes. Crepe Suzette.
Make me hungry too.
Oh, well, it shows 44 on our screen, Patsy, so I don't know what that is, but we'll take yours. No problem. So anyways, yeah, so we don't have anything really planned for this week coming up. I'm kind of in between projects. I don't want to start the ones I'm taking to the retreat. But I am still working on the bookshelf one. I did 2 blocks yesterday. I think I'm up to 10 blocks. I have 6 more blocks to go on that. So have to see. Although I do have a few things to get ready for our games and things at the retreat that we're responsible for. But I've been working on that. So what's Barb say? That reminds me of the funny video you made. Oh, when I was doing the Dutch pancakes. Guess you have to be Dutch to make those. Yeah, that was a disaster. My crepes worked though. They're not a problem. I do have a crepe pan and I use it, and yeah, they turn out, and Walter likes them. Actually, Laura, yeah, they are. There's a trick to making them so that they don't rip up. Usually your first 2 that you make are a disaster. So I just eat those and carry on and make the rest of them. Yeah. Oh, I'm over 10,000 views now? Holy crap. That's a... I do have one video that has over 42,000 views, and it's one of my crafting videos, and I made it when I first started making videos, and it had to do with making stencils using your Cricut. And that one's in the files, but that was a phenomena when that happened. And that's been over 10 years. That's why there's 42,000 on it. So basically, what's that? 420, 4,200 a year average on that. But, oh, Sue. Hi, Sue. New person. Was watching on the TV and had to get on
the phone for a thumbs up.
Oh,
I see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that's right. When you watch on the TV, you can't do it. Yeah. Well, thank you, Sue, for the effort. What's the rest of the excuses here? No, I'm just badgering you. Well, I think that's got us today. So that's great. Thank you, everybody who came on today and joined us in the conversation. And thank you to the new people who are there. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, we'll be on again next week. And the week after that, we won't be, I don't think, because we probably won't be home in time because that's the end of the retreat. And it's a ways from us where we have to travel.
May or may not be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that runs. But anyways, yeah. So check in next week for the other videos I put up, for the vlog on Monday, for the Idiot Quilter and Idiot Quilter Presents Musings on Tuesday. I'm still looking for people to interview. So I put out 2 feelers, and I haven't really got any response back for that. To 2 people that I've mentioned on here before. The guy that sews, he said he would do an interview, but I said, well, let me know when you're available for it. And I thought weekends were his best time for it, and I haven't heard from him since. And that was over a week ago when he sent me that message. And I put out one to the young guy that I talked about last week, Tucker, who does the 16-year-old guy who does fantastic long arm quilting and the whole bit. And I don't know, I haven't heard anything from him, so, you know, maybe he figures I'm just some old pervert on there. He might not be wrong. Well, that would be, no. So anyway, so if there's anybody here who, you know, would love to be interviewed, and you know, Kate was, yes, as far as I'm concerned, Kate was a celebrity interview, but I don't usually interview celebrities. I interview average people to talk about their quilt journey or their crafting journey, or it doesn't have to be about quilting. It can be whatever you're doing, creative. So don't be shy. You know, let me know. Email address is in the show notes. Always is. Just send me a line, and yeah, I'll get a hold of you real quick, and we'll get it set up. Okay, so off we go. Do we know what we're having for dinner yet?
No.
And when I say what we're having, what are you making? Or what are we ordering? Whatever. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Same channel, same bat time. So say goodbye, Walter.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
So what do you want today?
I don't know.
I have that chicken chili I made a while back and put that
Oh,
in
yeah.
a pie.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'd be all right.
Puff paste
Yeah,
for
do
that
some
pie.
puff. Yeah, that sounds good. That'll work. Well, don't take your glass. Oh, shoot. I didn't end the stream. Oh, yes, I did.
What? You didn't turn
I
it
didn't
off?
turn it off.
Oh.